Gravitas, powered by Skoda, made of smart imagination.
Invading Afghanistan is a death wish. I think we can all agree on that. It's a sobering experience for superpowers. Some retreat in shame, others make peace with their old rivals. They begin a new chapter of cooperation. Russia is trying to do that with some good old diplomatic Russian roulette. They were not betting on the Taliban to win, you see. They were betting on America to lose. Russia was never happy with American presence in Afghanistan. It was too close to Central Asia. And Central Asia is Russia's backyard. This led to a tacit relationship between them and the Taliban. Nothing ideological about it, a purely transactional relationship. Think back to the mid-2020. Do you remember reports of the Russian bounty program? These came out last year. It said that Russia was paying the Taliban to kill American soldiers. The reports were never proven, but in hindsight, they all make sense. In July this year, a Taliban delegation visited Russia. They held a press conference from Moscow. What did they say? Exactly what Russia wanted to hear. The Taliban would not let violence spill over into Central Asia. So Moscow seemed convinced. When Kabul fell, they did not evacuate their citizens. They kept their embassy open. Russian diplomats said years of bloodshed was ending. Clearly, Moscow was expecting this. What they did not expect was the chaos that followed. On the 25th of August, Russia began evacuating its people from Kabul. The order came directly from Vladimir Putin. So what changed? The Taliban failed on its promise of law and order. Hundreds of refugees were crossing into Central Asia, something that President Putin had specifically warned against.
Our
Western partners are insisting on an option to allocate Afghan refugees in Central Asian countries until they get visas for US and other countries. Does that mean they say it is possible to send them to these countries, to our neighbors without visas, but they don't want to accept them without visas themselves?
К нашим соседям, а к себе брать это без виз не хотят?
This is Russia's biggest concern, instability in Central Asia. We're talking about countries ruled by long-time strongmen. They do not care who rules Afghanistan as long as the war does not spill over. That was the case in the 1990s. The Taliban's rise triggered cross-border jihad. Criminal syndicates got a free run. If the new regime can prevent a repeat, Central Asia will be happy. But things don't look good. Jihadist groups are already rebuilding. The Kabul airport blast was a signal of their intentions. So what does Russia do? Protect the Central Asian border. You see, Russia and Central Asia have a military alliance. It's called the CSTO, the Collective Security Treaty Organization. In August, Russia, Uzbekistan and Tajikistan began a month-long military exercise. Nearly 1,800 Russian troops were deployed to the Afghan border. Another exercise is being planned this month, from September 7th to 9th. They will be held near the Tajik-Afghan border. The fact is that Russia is more measured than China. They're not rushing to recognize the Taliban or jumping in with investments. And it's clear why. Once bitten, twice shy. Russia tried to interfere in Afghanistan once. We all know how that ended. So this time, Moscow's engagements are more limited. President Putin is open to talks with the Taliban, but for a specific reason. He believes it is the best way to contain Afghanistan's terror threat.
There
There are many representatives of other organizations on the territory of Afghanistan today, including radical ISIS and so on. Many people have been freed from prisons, as you have said, radical elements. Regarding this, here's what I thought. Russia is not interested in the disintegration of Afghanistan. If it happens, there will be nobody to negotiate with.
В рамках этих цивилизованных отношений должны соблюдаться определенные цивилизованные правила.
President Putin was speaking at the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok. Also in attendance was India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He addressed the gathering virtually. The Prime Minister said the India-Russia relationship had stood the test of time. Yes, it has. Well, Afghanistan will test them again. Can India and Russia turn this challenge into an opportunity? Prime Minister Modi promised India's help in opening the Northern Sea route. It's one of President Putin's pet programs. What can India ask for in return? Possibly indirect leverage over the Taliban. It seems like New Delhi's best bet at the moment because look at who else is left: Pakistan and China. Unlike them, Russia does not plan to forge an iron bond with the Taliban. It's more of political convenience. And there is precedent for this cooperation. In the 1990s, India and Russia backed the Northern Alliance. Plus, both sides have the same goal: peace and security in Asia. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.
Gravitas, powered by Skoda, made of smart imagination.